I do my dance. Jump in the stands. No man, man. Oh, there with the hands. Thought he could guard me. I ruin they plans. I do what I want. They do what they can. Got it on smash. Put on the gas. I will not crash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. They slept on the team that they owe me. I need a ring and a trophy. I say I'm the best because I am.
Okay, Coach, thank you. We are about 4,300 miles away from you there in Orlando as we come to you from the European home of the NFL, London, England. Coming up, another edition of the NFL International Series, and it should be a good one between the Cincinnati Bengals and our home team. Both of these teams about to reach the halfway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Check. Check out.
This is Joe Mixon, fourth in the NFL in rushing last season. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Dalton here from the gun. He's got a man, and that's Alex Erickson. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Give him 17 and a Cincinnati first down. On first down, Mixon hit, and all the ball is out.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
44.
Now on 2nd and 13. Dalton. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 22 yards there, a first down. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Dalton with a give here to Mixon. Able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Big gap. Watch the safety creep. Hey, check 24.
Here's the 6th-round pick from Oklahoma, Rodney Anderson. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first. Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down.
Hey, Charlie. Good.
From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Nikel Roby-Coleman. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And he will score. Touchdown, LA. Well, it was 3rd down. Defensively, they were just hoping to make a play and get off the field, get their offense on. Instead, they did one better. Pick it off, take it into the end zone.
Well, they did what you said. They got off the field.
They're going to have to come right back on.
They're going to come right back on, but happily, right? They put the ball in the end zone. That's the way you start a game. That's the way you set the tone.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
They run again on first down. Anderson. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 42-yard line.
Hands up, Larry!
Black front forward. Check one.
On second down, Mixon. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Boyd's the target, and he has it over the middle. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Rush in. Watch out. Shoot!
Now Joe Mixon, a pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
On second down now, Mixon. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
How about that run? Picks up a first down. Note the enthusiasm in my boys' member. Last week, AFC Offensive Player of the Week. I think he's trying to get another one in the fold.
And you talked, watching film, a lot about his form and just hitting the hole, running north and south, as we like to say. And I think he's been doing that a lot recently.
Squaring those shoulders and getting downhill.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Tyler Boyd, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point up and good by Bullock, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now the 3rd leading rusher in the NFL last year, Todd Gurley. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. So many questions about Todd Gurley in the offseason. How good is the knee? I mean, remember, he had a heavy workload the last couple years, nearly 4,000 yards from scrimmage, 40 total touchdowns, but just 4 carries in the NFC Championship game, 10 in the Super Bowl. So we'll see what kind of usage he gets this season. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. That's a gain of 13, first down Rams.
That's another Rams first down. 1st and 10 at the 43.
These two teams all tied after 1. The Rams with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Goff turns and gives to Gurley. Room to run again. And down to the 28-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. On first down, it's Gurley. He'll be stopped short of the 25. The nice move couldn't free him. It was Jordan Evans making the play defensively.
2 yards on the pickup.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
Now on second down, this is Gurley. Down to the 25. Now third down is looming. A pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there. And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on third. Here's Gone. Going to Woods, but that pass is intercepted. Picked off at the 16. And he'll bring it all the way back, just a yard or 2 shy of midfield. Looking for Woods that time. Well, they thought they were going to break the tie. The defense had other plans. They were already in field goal range, but boom, an interception.
I don't know if this was a case of being a little bit too greedy with the opportunity to put points on the board, but give credit to the guys on the defensive side. Hung in there, battled, and made a key play.
The tackle there by John Johnson.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
He can't hang. He's not going to get me. Switch. He's crashing. He's checking crash. Check 31.
On second down, Mixon. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the first down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Right there. 54.
Operating from the gun, Dalton. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 12 yards that time, and a Cincinnati first down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Check.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Run coverage, excellent there from the defensive end position.
How many times do we sit with coaches and they talk about a base defensive end, a guy who can anchor and play with leverage? We just saw a great example of it. And how about the bonus, tackling the runner for a loss?
54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54.
On second and 12, Dalton. And this is caught at the 8. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
Kill. Turn up. Kill. 6-6. Pull it high. Slam.
They'll give it to Mixon, and he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. Now from the 7, here's second and goal. To throw here, Dalton. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the safety, Eric Weddle. And a short return to the 6-yard line.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
20. 50 seconds. Here we go.
Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. Gurley's got the first down and then some. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. Past the 20. Touchdown, LA. Todd Gurley, 95 yards. And the Rams have taken the lead. So their backs were against the wall, deep back in their own territory, and they run it all the way down into the end zone.
That takes a lot of coordination for an offensive team, doesn't it? Because, let's face it, it's really not a surprise that they're going to run the ball in that situation. Backed up that close to their own end zone, usually do call running plays, trying to be safe. Instead, it turns into an electrical run, a bolt for your team, and off he goes to the races.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say that great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself. And that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Dalton. No, he almost had it. Already with 1 interception, just missing his 2nd there.
I think someone's going to get into QB1's ear when he gets to the sideline. Already thrown an interception. That one should have been picked. Look, let's just be honest about it. That'd be the 2nd person in his ear because he's hearing it in the huddle right now.
Not the start to the game he wanted. Like you said, the pick on the opening drive, 2nd drive, not much better. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. Andy Dalton now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. A run on first down, but it's not going to get him much, maybe a yard, and that's all. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
He's checking. Cracks.
From the gun, Dalton. Complete to the right side. It's Eifert. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. The Bengals on 3rd down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. The Bengals on 3rd down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
44. There you go. Regular.
54, Mike. Check. Watch 54. Run it.
Hey, orbit.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
Here's Dalton. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one.
I'm with you totally.
And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. And a pretty good run, all things considered. Probably would have liked that in the first quarter instead of right now as the clock continues to run. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
Hey, lift!
The final shot before break here. Goff. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As it's time now to send you back stateside to Orlando, Florida, and check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, as they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Mike, 57. Yeah. You don't want none.
They'll stick to the ground game with Gurley. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Throwing on third. Gone. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Woods coming off by far the best year of his career. 86 catches, over 1,200 yards. Now he's hoping to build on that. But, well, he was a key cog in the wheel that took them to the Super Bowl last season.
Check 52.
Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
36. 4 down. Tighten up. Shoot. Hey, alert 3.
Again they run with Gurley. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Dre Kirkpatrick, the cornerback, up to make the stop. I guess that was a little better. He got back to the line of scrimmage there after the loss on first down, but now you're still dealing with a 3rd and long.
So let's put on our offense coordinator hat. They've been very aggressive against the run the last 2 plays. I'm thinking screen right here. Let them come get the quarterback and dump it off, and there could be some room to roam.
Watch twins.
And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop them here on 3rd down. Now gone. He's going to loft one deep left side here. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, L.A. Brandon Cooks, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. A good, sustained drive there in this 3rd quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10, kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use, just something to get you off to a quick start.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. And able to haul it in is Kittle. A big third down conversion with a gain of 28.
It's got to the point where we see guys like that make that type of a catch. Not fair goes through my brain. That size, that speed, and now they're acting like wide receivers too.
Yeah, tight end one-handed catches. They're kind of like wide receiver one-handed catches nowadays.
Just not right.
An opening there on that first down run as he gets this forward for about 8 or 9. That looks to be 8 officially, so 2nd and 2. Back to the ground. This time it's Anderson. And he stopped immediately there. Nickel Roby-Coleman up to make the tackle. You don't see that a ton, do you? Or the cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball is moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
It's a gain of 4, and it gets him the first.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Now Mixon. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Once again, they run with Mixon. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
Let's go, baby. Go, 368. 5.
Dalton operating in the red zone now. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the safety, Eric Weddle. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his 2nd interception of the game, and so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a 1st down. And a nice little broken tackle run there by Todd Gurley, the 10th pick in the 2015 draft.
And that's what you get with him, that full package of speed, power, able to catch the ball in the backfield. Many people doubted him coming out because of the knee injury in college. We're seeing the full Todd Gurley now, and it hurts.
Only a yard on the gain there as time will run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Welcome back now here in London. It's the Rams out in front here. They've got control of the football as well as we get set for the 4th quarter. On 2nd and 9, Goff. He's going to air one out. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by the Alabama man, Dre Kirkpatrick. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35. That is the play they needed in a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
No doubt about it. They did what they had to do to give themselves a chance to get back into the game. They turned it over to the offense. They are now in charge.
Now they need to execute. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. He's got a 1st down and much more inside the 20. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Mixon, his 17th touchdown now on the season, as his guys are back within a single score. Bullock good on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping Chili on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. Because if there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. Sean Williams that time in on the stop.
2nd and 6 at the 41-yard line.
2 for 1. Check 99.
Back to the workhorse today. It's Gurley. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Let go. 180.
Get ready.
Here's Goff. They got a man. It's Woods. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. Goff to Woods as the Rams move the chains.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Goff going to hand it to Gurley. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. Brought down by the cornerback, William Jackson. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
That's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 3.
What? 20.
50 seconds, come on. Watch the play.
Hey, kill.
Watch the play. Watch that creep.
They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. That one hurts a bit. That was a golden opportunity to possibly put this one on ice, but he comes up empty.
And how big of a miss might that turn out to be? Stay tuned. There's still time left on the clock. This could be critical.
Still a 1-score game. Had he hit that, it would have been 2 scores. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
They'll stay on the ground, mix him again. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Third down, a shot here for Dalton. He's got his man, Boyd. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That catch puts him right at 100 yards receiving now, and it also gives him a first down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Mixon He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And all the way down to the 5. A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. Mixon with it, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll bring up a second and goal.
At the 8-yard line.
368.
Dalton wants to throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. 3rd and long coming up. Defensively, you pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. If you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback. And then
Green's open, and he's got it for a Bengal touchdown. A.J. Green, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they can now tie the game with the extra point here in the final 2 minutes. A very important extra point there, up and good, and we are tied here in the 4th quarter. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21-all the score as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play, but if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. Here comes a 20th carry for Gurley. 7 yards there and a first down. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Hey, cut! 20! Maverick!
Watch the safety creep.
Goff now to throw. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
Yeah, you don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one because if he does, it alters the perspective of this 2-minute drill, doesn't it?
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Let's go, D.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
So the penalty certainly helps them out as they come up on 2nd and 5.
Come on, come on, 57.
Now it's gone. He's going to dump it off to Gurley. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
What you got, Maggie? Give me something. Give me something. Here we go. Hey, check 24. 24. You go tight. You got tight right there.
They try right side here. Gurley. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. Another carry now for Gurley. And not much running room. Down to the 32. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. So it'll all come down to the booming right leg of Greg Zuerlein. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. So it'll all come down to the booming right leg of Greg Zuerlein. 2 seconds on the clock. This for the win. And that's off the right upright. Thought it might sneak in, but it did not. It's no good. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
Let's go. Let's do this.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. That catch good for 5. It's third down. So a big play in this opening drive of overtime. Now looking at a 3rd and 3. Throw complete right side to Cooks. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They go ahead and snap it. Gone. Throw right side is into the hands of his tight end, Everett. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. A gigantic call there in overtime, but it pays off with a first down. A couple of first downs have him to the 40 now on 1st and 10.
4 down. 59, 50. I'm going to come back to you.
Here's Gurley. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. They'll try a handoff right with Gurley. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
Get him, boy. 14.
From the gun on 3rd down. Gone. They got a man over the middle. It's Woods. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. Goff hitting Woods for a Rams first. Goff in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. And some room to work. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. That good for 22 and a first down. They'll go back to Henderson on 1st down.
That's it, baby. That's it.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Goff turns and gives to Gurley. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters what you wanted, but how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for Los Angeles, they close out this first half at a very solid 6-2. And now it's off to Heathrow as they get set to fly back to the U.S. in a couple hours. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, the loss will drop them to 6-2 now on the year. And they'll take this loss into the bye as they'll be back in action in Week 10. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.